Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Michael for Spirit Comics. Welcome to my review of Red Hood and the Outlaws number 11. And like I said previously, I'm re-recording my review because I had some problems recently. Found out that some of my reviews had no sound for reasons unknown. Now this cover looks a little bit like a painting in the way that the coloring is used and the shading. It definitely is meant to tell us that there's going to be a fight. This is going to be between Artemis and Jason, and Akila and Bizarro. Well, let's get into the story to find out. We open up with Jason narrating, "The nation of Korak. I died here once. It had nothing to do with these clowns. Trust me. General Hell, you are surrounded. Lay down your arms and you may yet live. We would sooner die than surrender Korak to you, you marauding scoundrels." Spoken like a true statesman. In his defense, he is the undisputed military strongman of his own country. They generally don't have to rely on diplomacy to get anything done. Who is Artemis? Outlaws at war. This is the finale of this story. "I am Akila, Shimtar of Banamagdal. Since the day the gods themselves invited us to your country, the leaders of Korak have sought to expel us from our home, more to wipe us from the face of the earth. But today, your reign of terror ends once and for all." Damn, she's good, Jason thinks, at telling only half the story. This is Akila, dead like me, once. Killed by a mutual friend of ours, Artemis, when Akila was driven mad by the bow of Ra. Apparently the general brought her back to life by accident. She's trying to come off all high and mighty. You can't even be trusted to protect your own people. We won't allow you to continue to threaten ours. But I'm not buying it, he thinks. According to the lesser of two evils here, the general, she didn't spend a minute under his control when she returned to the land of the living. She killed nearly an entire city and let all the evidence point to Hanil. Now she's just trying to use the slaughter at Kikiesh as cover. Onward for the glory that is Korak. Was hoping Artemis would already hooked up with her bestie and diffused the situation by now. A few thousand miles from Gotham, I don't feel like my promise to Bruce has a zip code exception, even if I am in the middle of a war, he's thinking. And that, yes, that is Red Hood. Now I like this page. It's sort of cute the way Artemis just sort of sneaks up next to him. She says, "There you are. Well, I didn't think for a moment you were killed when our plane went down. I'll admit I didn't think you'd side with a mass murderer." "I was going to say pretty much the same thing to you," Jason says. "What are you talking about?" "Akila will rend the bow of Ra away from the general. A perfectly reasonable plan. But he says he doesn't have it. She does. And you believe him over the Shimtar?" And they're going on with this conversation while both of them are being attacked. It's like the people who are attacking them are nothing. "You say it's the most powerful weapon in the world. If he had it, don't you think he'd be using it? And for a moment, Artemis is quiet. Then says, he's lying to you. Is he? I think because Artemis knows there's some truth in what Jason says. She sneaks up behind the general and says, tell me where the bow of Ra is, or I will remove your head from your shoulders. Do you really think I would kill my own people, woman? Ask yourself who hates the people of Karak, their leader or yours. Tell your men to stand down, she says. Absolutely not. I will not leave my citizens at the mercy of your angry goddess. I will die fighting before I let that happen. And I don't know what the goggles are for, but I would like to know. So be it, a voice says. And we see that's a arrow on fire right there. And it's Akila. She means business. Ah! Dear goddess, what have I done? Artemis says, this isn't on you, Red. It's her. In the name of Ra, the Most High, I command you all to surrender, Akila says. And she is one crazy lady. And she is under the control. I think she's being influenced by the bow. All who refuse to bow down to the Shuntar will suffer the purifying flame of Ra. There was a time Akila and I felt we were the last generation of Amazons, of true Amazons. We believed in the sanctity of war as a last resort. But what she's proposing next what she's proposing isn't war. It is genocide. You've been playing all your sisters for fools, Artemis says. You had the bow all along? If you were lying about having the bow, it means you killed all the people of Kekesh. It was you who nearly killed us when you brought down our plane. But why? Because I had to deceive you long enough to open your eyes, sister. Or did you forget? You killed me the last time I wielded the bow. Once I destroyed our greatest enemy, you would see this is our destiny. Destiny smishiny, I don't believe in that stuff. And Artemis is sort of looking up at her, not really knowing what to do at this moment. She's kind of shocked. I'm sorry we have to do this. Jason says, not again. I can't. People change when they come back from the dead, Jason says. Trust me. Thinking of how he changed. Then she calls for her axe. To me, mistress. What is that? The jackhammer of Ra? The detail put into each page is just wonderful. It's, it makes it look so great. Like this is not just a sloppy drawing. This is a really good depiction of a rock slide, or more or less a mountain going kaboom. And that's Akila right there. Boom! Mountain goes kablooey, and it's Bizarro. Reds. Bizarro! Me brought new friends to you. Refugees from Kekesh, most likely. We need to get them out of here. At least Bizarro knocked half the mountain over on Akila. That should buy us some time. But it's not much. Can we go home now? Bizarro says. You can go straight to hell, creature. Wham! Right up the side of his face. But of course it doesn't do much. Is this the kind of monster that exists out there in man's world, Artemis? The type of abomination you choose to align yourself with? No, or chose, excuse me. How far you have fallen, sister. And then Artemis gets in her groove. Is it me, or is she getting stronger by the second? Sisters, get these people to safety now. Then she shoves Jason out of the way. Go, this is a personal matter. Like hell it. Then he knows when to take a hint. Akila fires the arrow straight at Artemis. These refugees are only taking up space. Just how far gone is she? Behind me now, she says, and then whoom! It's like a huge explosion hit Artemis. Should have killed her, but it did. But all it did was, made a huge tear in the dirt, I believe, and even Bizarro had to turn away. He's holding that little boy Olin, protecting him. Did I? Akila says, no, of course. You're a damned mistress, a metal guardian you do not deserve. This is your last chance. Join me, please. Man, are you dense, Jason says. The All Blades. A weapon that can hurt me, she says. They only work against magic and draw their power from my soul. A gift from the Assassin's Guild that helped me after I came back from the dead. Nice gift, eh? So I better make this quick. And he says, she loves you, you idiot. Why can't you understand? She's just trying to save you. And of course, that does not faze Akila for a moment. Crack! She smacks Jason across the jaw with her fist. Why can't you understand? I'm trying to save this world from itself. Too weak. That's it for the All Blades. Yeah, a regular humanitarian, he says. Heh. Shut up and die. Blam blam! Blam blam! Nah, to both. And Bizarro gets in the fight. He says, anyone who hurts Bizarro's friends gets hurt even more. BAM! Oh, knocks her really good upside the head. Then I love this. Jason says, you know how I'm always telling you to not hit people so hard? Yep, me remember. This one time, forget it. Akila looks at them both with a really mean stare. No science is stronger than the will of Ra, she says. I guess she's thinking that the All Blades were science. Did you really believe you could stop a goddess? She comes back and attacks Bizarro. Jason opens fire. Blah blam, blah blam! But then Artemis picks up the bow of Ra. And boy, does she look good. I'm not gonna lie. She says, we were wrong, Akila. We both thought that it was my goddess that saved my axe. It was the bow. Nefertiti told me the very first time I set eyes on it. A warrior doesn't choose her weapon. It chooses her. Do you have any idea of the horror that falls upon, Akila says, anyone who does not deserve to wield the bow of Ra? Yes, I'm staring right at her. Cute. Keep the bow. And that's... Akila does look pretty darn beaten up because she has possessed the bow. Ra's power flows through me now, she says. Whoosh! By rights, the bow should incinerate me, as it would anyone who isn't the Shimtar. But it obeys more. It obeys more, it becomes me, and I it. If Ra agreed with her plight, his flame would have done her no harm. Fire Lady getting hotter? Bizarro asks. She's about to go Nova, Jason says. Akila, please end this. I can't. Can no longer control it. Please, my love, I've always looked to you to do what is right. Then Artemis knows what has to be done. I won't fail you like I have before. Then she says under her breath, Bizarro. And he does exactly what he knows Artemis needs of him. He picks up Akila, who looks like she's about to explode like a ticking time bomb. See? Well, maybe not. Maybe not. He picks her up. She's glowing really bad. Then he gets up, he stands, he looks toward the sky. Artemis starts to cry, and tears run down her face as she knows what is going to happen. Bizarro flies up through the atmosphere into space and holds her while she goes kaboom! And an hour later, Jason is trying to console Artemis. You okay? Not even close, she says. But I am alive. I have the bow of Ra. The danger has passed. And I have you and Bizarro. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, well, I owed you one. It almost looked like they were going to kiss in that moment, but... Thank you, Bizarro, for every... Are you okay? Olin says. Me not feeling so well. With all due respect, Artemis, now what? And then Artemis has to make a tough call, but she says, now we stop trying to separate us from them. The refugees, all the people of Karak, should be able to live their lives with the people of Banamagdal. No one has benefited from trying to keep our worlds apart. It is time for us to try another way. They really look up to you and I, don't they? And I don't blame them, he says. Does this mean the Outlaws have lost you to the role of Shimtar? Artemis looks down and says, not at all. The Shimtar has always been chosen by the gods who abandoned us a long time ago. This time, let the people choose their own Shimtar. But my time here has passed. And the bow of Ra, you're not going to keep it, are you? She says, of course I am. Why wouldn't I? And Jason backs off. He says, no reason. Then they hear the boy Olin cry out for help. Someone, please, help! It's Bizarro! Both Jason and Artemis turn around at the same time. Olin cries out, his heart's not beating, he's dead! And that's the end of issue number 11. And also the end of the Who is Artemis story arc. Now, I thought the artwork was exceptional. It was really good. And the coloring, texturing, all of it made me believe that I was looking at a really good piece of artwork from beginning to end. There was creases in their clothes where there should be creases. The mountains were drawn very detailed. Everything about the book is very detailed. So what did you guys think? Let me know in the comments. If you're new to my channel, please do go ahead and subscribe. And also, please smash that notification bell like She-Hulk so you'll be notified of all new uploads. And please do like this video and share it with others who might enjoy it as well. Till next time, true readers.